everyone, in this video we are going to solve for the surface area of cylinders. So we have an example of a cylinder. So these are the parts of a cylinder. First we have the radius. The radius is the distance from the center to the side of the circle. This is the height of the cylinder. Now it should be noted that the top here is a circle and then the bottom is also circular in shape. So this is the formula for the surface area of a cylinder. So S, which stands for surface area, is equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h, where r is the radius and h is the height, and the pi we are going to represent this as 3.1416. Now, how do we get to this equation right here? How did we come up with this equation? What do we mean by this? Where do we get this equation from? So we remember that surface area is the area of all the faces, or the area of all the surfaces, we add them up together. So in this picture that we have here, if we open this, let's say this is a can. So a cylinder, an example of a cylinder is a can. So if we open this can, it's gonna look like this. If we cut it in half and open it up, so it's gonna look like this. What are we doing right now is we're trying to figure out where did we get this equation of the surface area of a cylinder. So if we open the can, it's gonna look like this. So this is the body of the can, and then this is the top surface, and then this is the bottom circle. So it's like this corresponds to this circle right here, and this circle corresponds to this circle right here. So what I did was I opened it up in the middle, and then I flattened the body of the can, and then with the circle that's on top, and then this is the circle at the bottom. Now, we remember that the area of a circle is pi r squared. So then we can go ahead and label this as area is equal to pi r squared. So that's the area for this circle. Now, the other circle, which is at the bottom, has the same area as this, since these two are congruent. So the area for the bottom circle is also pi r squared. So they're just the same. Now, what is the area of the body of the cylinder? So this part right here that wraps around the cylinder. So we remember that this is the height of the cylinder from the label over there. So this is the height. So I'm going to label this as the height. Now this, if we roll it back to form a cylinder, this corresponds to the circumference of the circle. So this, from one end to the other end, it's going to wrap around the circle. And so this is actually the circumference. And the formula for the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So this, from this end right here going to this end, is represented as the circumference of the circle. It's going to wrap around this bottom circle right here. So if we wrap it around, now we have to find the area for we already have determined the area of these two circles here. Now to find the area of this part right here, which is the body of the cylinder, that is equal to the length. The length is 2 pi r. So that is 2 pi r. And then times the width, which is represented as h, so 2 pi r h. So now look, now we have two area that are circles. So pi r, so we're combining like terms. So pi r squared plus pi r squared is 2 pi r squared. So this part right here is the area of the, so this is the area of the two circles. So this represents the area of the two circles. If it's just one circle, then we go ahead and just have pi r squared. But then since there are two of them, the top and the bottom, so we have 2 pi r squared. So that's the area of the circle. Now this area, this other part right here, is actually the area of the body of the cylinder. Now this body of cylinder is otherwise, sometimes we call them, or in math we call this as the lateral area. So I'm just gonna label it here. That's the lateral area. So lateral area is the area of a solid figure that does not include the top and the bottom. So that's the lateral area. Again, lateral area is the area that does not include the top and then the bottom. So it's just including the sides only. So this one right here is the lateral area. So this is the lateral area. Again, lateral area is the area that does not include the top and then the bottom. So it's only the sides. That is the lateral area. So that's how we get the formula for the surface area of a cylinder. We did it by opening up the cylinder and looking at it and adding all of these area right here. That's the total surface area. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and use this equation that we have here to solve for the area of this cylinder. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. So the formula is on the side over here. So we're gonna use this to find the surface area for this cylinder. So I'm just gonna plug the values in here. So that surface area is equal to 2 times our pi, again, is 3.1416, times the radius is 3 feet. So I'm just gonna write 3 feet, and that's a squared. Plus, we have here 2 times 3.1416, that's the pi. The r is 3 feet, so that's 3 feet. And then the height is 10 feet. So that's 10 feet. So then we are going to simplify this one first. So this would come out 2 times 3.1416 times 3 times 3 is 9. Feet times feet is feet squared. Plus, if we multiply all these together, that would come out 188.50. Feet times feet is feet squared. So then we can go ahead and multiply these three together. This is 56.55 feet squared. Plus, this one right here is 188.50 feet squared. Now, please remember that this is the lateral area. Again, this is called the lateral area. This is the area in the area of the side of the of this cylinder that does not include the top and the bottom. And then this one right here is the area of the. So this is the area of the two circles, which is located on in the one on top and then the one at the bottom. Now, if we add all these together, that would come out 245.05. That is feet squared. So this is the total surface area for this cylinders. Total because it includes the area or the area of the two circles. It's the top and then the bottom. And then the lateral area, that is the area that wraps around the cylinder and does not include the top and then the bottom. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. Now let's move on to the next example right here. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. Solve for H, and when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. So we're solving for H. We're looking for the height. So we got the equation from the, we derived the equation from the first slide. So what are we going to do is we plug values in here. So we have the surface area S is 150.798. So I'm just going to write 150.798 feet squared is equal to 2 times the pi is 3.1416, and then multiplied by the radius. Our radius is 3 feet. So 3 feet times 3 feet, I'm just going to go ahead and write it out. That's 9 feet squared. Again, what I did, others are going to say, like, how did you get 9 from there? Because you have a 3 feet. You say it's squared of this radius. So that means 3 times 3 is 9. And then feet times feet is feet squared. And then plus 2 times 3.1416 times the radius is 3 feet. So I'm just gonna write 3 feet, and then the height is missing, so I'm just gonna write h. Now let's simplify this part right here. So we still have 150.798 feet squared is equal to, when we multiply these 3 together, that would come out 56.55 feet squared, and then that's plus, then we're multiplying 2 times 3.1416 times 3 feet, and that would come out 18.85 feet. And then we have an h, the one that is missing in this problem. Now we are going to combine like terms, so feet squared and feet squared will be combined together. So subtract 56.55 feet squared on both sides of the equation. So this is subtract 56.55 feet squared. So then we can cross this out because we want height by itself, so that's gone. So we subtract these two together. This is 94.248 feet squared, and that is equal to 18.85 feet height. Height is the one that's missing. So what are we going to do right now is we are going to divide both sides by 18.85 feet. Divide this by 18.85 feet. So that's 18.85 feet. So we are left with, so we can cross out the feet. These two get crossed out. So we have 2 feet here. So we cross that out. We're left with 1, and then the feet here will be crossed out, so we're left with feet. So then that means if we divide those two together, the height of this cylinder is 5 feet. So this is the height when we divide. Again, the feet is left over because we have feet squared and feet. So we cross out one of the feet here and then the other feet at the bottom, and so we're left with just feet. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!